Eyewitness Sports 4 presents your best source for high school sports. New Mexico Game Day, sponsored by McDonald's.
Good evening and welcome to New Mexico Game Day. It's Friday, which means plenty of high school basketball and some wrestling tonight too. But first, get out your cell phone. Who do you think is the best 6A boys basketball team in the state right now, Cleveland or Hobbs? Text NM1 for the Storm, text NM2 for the Eagles. Send your text to 74574. We'll have results later in the show. Our guest in studio tonight, we are pleased to have the Rio Rancho girls basketball team. Bree Pribble will get us started. What game is first on the lineup card tonight?
Tonight we'll start with Clovis making the trip to Cleveland.
Yes, we will. On the boys' side, Cleveland hosting the Wildcats, and the Wildcats had the hot hand early. In the first, it's Tristan Potler spotting up from behind the arc and just knocking it down. But the Storm would respond with the pick and roll. Ryan Jones to Marcus Williams, and that's an easy layup. Nice combination between those two. Then later in the second quarter, the Storm would start to pull away. Jones with the ball in his hands, and you can't give him that much space. Come on. He's going to make you pay, as he did right there. Storm get the win 72-56. West Mesa taking on the #1 team in 5A, Centennial Hawks. And this was a good one. Hawks break on top. Cesar Molina hits the jumper, but the Mustangs can hit the three ball on the home floor as well. We're going to swing it to the top, and Larry Marina with the triple. West Mesa pulls it out with 3 free throws in the final second to seal a tight one, 60-59. The Oñate Knights making the trip north to face the Albuquerque Bulldogs tonight. Ruben Ortega is going to flash to the elbow and then knock down the jumper, and that is how you do it. But the Bulldogs love those cutters. Gabe bump to Lorenzo Cantoya. That's 2 down low, and the Bulldogs beat the Knights 52-37. Farmington made the trip down from the Four Corners to Albuquerque to take on the Highland Hornets. Highland with the ball. Fabian Roybal, the dish to a wide-open Deshaun Baker. He knocks down the triple. Hornets up early. Farmington would go on the run. Alex Whitley finds the big man, Max Pignon, and they score in transition. Hornets were down 16 at halftime, but they rallied to win it 66-62. Hope Huskies hosting their own tournament this week, taking on Taos in the semifinals. We're going to open in the first quarter. Tigers turning turnovers into points. John Roybal with the steal, up ahead to James Roybal, and he gets the easy bucket. Huskies on the move. Alex Bellinger just going coast to coast for 2 on the home floor. Hope takes it 69-43. They're going to face West Las Vegas in the championship game tomorrow night, and that should be good. Girls semifinal action at that Hope tournament. Shiprock taking on Los Lunas. Lady Chieftains with that high-tempo offense. Tanisha Begay with the triple. Shiprock up early, but the Tigers were getting to the rack. Daisha Martinez with the drive. She gets the hoop and the harm. Tigers are a winner, 69-60. And speaking of girls basketball, with me right now, Rio Rancho girls basketball coach Patrick Puentes. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us, JP. Always a pleasure to come out.
Let's get to the immediate results of your team. You picked up a win earlier in the week against Highland. How does your team look at this point in the season?
Well, we've been bitten by the injury bug early, but a lot of good things happening lately. We're finally getting everybody healthy. We're excited about our district season coming up next Tuesday at Santa Fe. Got a young group of kids led by a lot of really hungry seniors, and it's an interesting combination, and I think they are really understanding how they complement each other. So we're excited about our district season, and our final goal is to get into that state tournament again.
Young, hungry were a couple words you used to describe the team. What's the personality of the squad this year? What other words would you throw out there?
It's an interesting group, to say the least. Very talented, kids that are starting to understand how much talent they're surrounded by. A fun group of kids. No drama, very little drama.
That's always good at this level.
It's really refreshing for us as a staff. And a group that I really enjoy coming to work every day with.
This is your 6th year as a head coach of the program, but you were the assistant there for 8 years. Was it an easy transition stepping into that head coaching role for you?
Well, trying to fill the shoes of a former coach like Bobby McIntyre is never going to be easy for anybody. And then it came at the transition of Cleveland. And so we lost a lot of kids in the beginning. So it was really a rebuilding process from the ground up. But with good feeder programs that we've had in our junior highs, great kids coming through our system, kids that are staying in our school, kids that are our kids that we're proud to say these are kids that have been homegrown grassroots kids. Makes it really fun and rewarding when you see these kids succeed.
You mentioned your district. How difficult is this district? You got Cibola, who's off to a stellar start, top 5 team. Volcano Vista, Santa Fe, both reigning state champs. I mean, how are you going to get out of this district?
Well, it's known as the SEC of girls basketball. You know that. So our kids understand that, and I think fear is not the issue here. I think they really welcome the challenge. Our kids will come out and battle every day. They do that in practice. They're successful in the classroom, which is something I'm really proud of. So we look at it as we understand it's a very tough district when you've got teams like Cibola ranked number 2, and then you've got a Volcano Vista defending state champ. But we're ready to go. We're, like I say, we're finally healthy, and our kids are up for the challenge. And I wouldn't go to battle with anybody else but these kids.
All right. Hopefully pick up a couple wins in that district, that tough district. We're going to talk some more in just a minute. Coming up next, we'll take you to the mat for some wrestling at the Joe Vivian tournament. But first, check out these basketball scores from around the state. Stay with us. Back to some basketball up in the Four Corners. Girls hoops. Moriarty and Kirtland Central. Moriarty draws first blood. Abby Altman on the corner to Emily Gonzalez to a wide open Alyssa Adams, who barely has to spot up for 3. But at the other end, Crystal Sheka under pressure in the corner finds DeAndra Smith at the top of the key, and she knocks it down. Kirtland edges out Moriarty 53-49. At Trisco Heritage, Lady Jaguars on the floor in Farmington. Scorps under pressure. Lila Denny dishes it out to Tanya Pete. She drops it from way downtown. This time, Lakota Benali is driving coast to coast. There's the knockdown right there. And we got a little coast to coast action after that. Let's just cut to the chase right here. Farmington over at Trisco, 51-31. Let's hit the map for the Joe Vivian Wrestling Tournament. Over 24 schools taking part. 106-pound division. Volcano Vista's Marcus Santillanes is the top seed. He pinned Andres Montano in the first period. 113 pounds. Jose Tapia from Capital is the wrestler to beat. The top seed took down Dylan Knapp from La Cueva in less than a minute. Rio Grande has the overall team lead. Volcano Vista is second, and the finals are on Saturday. With me again, Rio Rancho girls basketball coach Patrick Fuentes. Now, earlier this season, you had Clovis and La Cueva play in your tournament. As I'd mentioned, Cibola's in your district, off to a great start. Kind of size up Class 6A in girls basketball and how you see it as a coach.
Well, anytime you have marquee players like Danny Williams and Alexa Romano in the 6A category, you're going to see some quality basketball. I think there's upper level teams. You look at La Cueva, you look at Clovis, you look at Cibola, teams that have proven themselves early in the season. But then you've got the Southern teams, the George Maya teams, the Matt Abney teams down in Cruces. Those teams are always going to be playoff ready. I think the second-tier teams are all teams that are capable of pulling an upset on any night. There's a lot of parity this year, and we're excited, and that's why, I have a lot of confidence in my kids. We stay healthy. We're willing to go to battle with anybody on any given night.
And you got another one tomorrow, so good luck against Rio Grande, and then good luck when you start district against Santa Fe.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, earlier tonight we asked you who is the best boys basketball team in Class 6A right now. You voted, and you said the Cleveland Storm, the one-loss Storm behind Mr. Ryan Jones. That's going to do it for another edition of New Mexico Game Day. Remember to keep it here for all your high school sports action all season long. And as always, folks, have a good one.